Hello and welcome to Rebels Radio Latest Review. I'm joined by Slough Joint Manager Neil Baker. After the first game in 2016, how are you, Neil?
Very well, John, yourself?
Yeah, good. Very positive result, good performance, happy?
Yeah, very happy. Work rate was absolutely top draw. You never know how you're going to start after 4 weeks of non-competitive games. I think we've only played sort of 2 friendlies within that period, and it's very different to competitive football. But I thought we started on the front foot from the first minute. We didn't let them settle on the ball. We made them make mistakes all over the park, and we're absolutely delighted with how we played, to be honest.
How close was that starting 11? You've had a fair few weeks off. There's been injuries have been kind of fixing themselves, players having time away from the game.
Yeah.
How close was that starting 11 to your first choice starting 11?
It's difficult. I mean, those 11 have probably earned a shirt recently. There was a decision to make up front with Scott and Lee. Scott had a bit of a groin problem during the week, so that was the reason why Lee started, and thought Lee was excellent on his debut. We know he's a good player, so it is difficult to sort of say, right, that's our best 11. But at the moment, they've definitely got the shirts, and it's going to be down to the other lads to make sure they can win their shirts back.
As you say, you started brightly in the game. Conditions a little bit sticky out there, but both teams quite keen to get down and play football. Were you clean with were you happy with the quality that you were just showing?
Yeah, I thought so. A couple of stray passes went probably in the first 5 minutes. But as I say, that was to be expected after such a long period out of competitive football. I thought we grew into the game, and I felt that we had better chances first half. And I just thought we the intensity was so good. It was nice to see. Funny enough, we were talking in the change room just before the game and realised that the oldest player in the side was Charlie and Pyatt, 28, and the vast majority are 25 and under. So it gives us quite a mobile side with plenty of energy, and I thought we were good yesterday. I thought Hitchin are a very good side. They took us all the way. They've had a couple of good chances where Scotty's made 2 fantastic saves, but I think we probably shaded possession and chances, and probably just deserved to win the game. So probably by 1 goal. It's probably a fair reflection.
Yeah, it was a niggly game. There was a lot going on off the ball, plenty of challenges. There's obviously a little bit of history there between the 2 sides. Were you happy with how your players reacted to that?
Yeah, I thought the discipline was very good. Hitchin are very good at what they do. They've got some very good players in their side, and they've got a bit about them, which isn't a bad thing. And they try to rile a few teams and players, and it does work. Obviously we've had 2 players sent off in our last 2 games against them for almost kicking out, and obviously the headbutt from Scotty at the beginning of the year. So they're good at what they do, but I think they're a good side. I think they've got some very, very good players, young, energetic. Sort of where we're looking to try and get ourselves, but maybe in a slightly different way. But I wouldn't say anything bad against them. They're winners. They want to win games of football. So it is what it is. But I was pleased with our discipline and how we reacted to certain incidents. It was definitely a good day all round.
Did you feel the referee handled the game well?
I thought the referee was very good, to be honest, and that's not just because we won the game. I thought he was strong. He didn't let people talk him into decisions. The biggest decision probably was when the floodlights went out towards the end of the game, and I thought he just carried on as though nothing was happening, and it was right because there was plenty of light. Their right back Kane Smith turned around and said, "Oh, I can't see, ref," and I sort of jokingly just said to him, "You're better than that, mate," and he sort of laughed because he knew. And to be fair to their bench, they weren't trying to get the game called off or abandoned or anything like that, which is testament to them as a management team, because they're real good guys there.
And since the break that's happened, the enforced kind of winter break, lots of other games happened in the league. Again, 3 points gained yesterday. It's all very tight there in the middle again now.
Yeah, very tight. I said a while back I wasn't too too worried about our position and the teams with games in hand and everything like that. I think that's proved itself because everyone's been beating each other. You look at the likes of Cambridge. Yes, they can still get above us, but they've got to win all 3 games in hand now. And Chesham have got to go on a good run to get above us, and Merthyr can't, and St Neots can't, and so all of a sudden, we're starting to get a truer position, and also, we're in touching distance of sort of 4 or 5 clubs above us. Which means if we get ourselves on a good run, we can get ourselves right up the table and finish the season as strongly as we can.
Looking ahead to Tuesday, hopefully, finally, the Potters Bar League Cup tie will take your head. What priority are you putting on that competition this season?
Yeah, big priority now. We said in the changing room afterwards, it's a game we want to win. We won't be making many changes at all. Probably the only change will potentially be up front, obviously depending on 1 or 2 little things, but we want to go in strong, and we want to get a bit of continuity about ourselves now. It's a priority because we want to try and win the League Cup, and we know Potters Bar will be tough. They've been on a good run, but if we're on it, then it should be a game that we should be getting through. But as I said, we have to be on it, and that's always the big question.
And in terms of squad positions, are the things that you're still looking at? Are you and unders still out there, kind of nosing around? Are you happy with where you're at the moment?
We're still looking at various things. We're not the biggest in terms of numbers. Coyne's obviously been out, played a couple of games now for Ascot. We'll probably get a few more to get himself up to speed. Somebody we really like, and he can come in and give us an option. We've been really impressed with Ryan Hope. Recently, his attitude since he got sent off has been very, very good. I think he's actually technically a very, very good player. I think he's got things that he needs to learn, in terms of game management and, certain aspects to his game that he needs to improve on, but I think he can be a good player for us. But there are 1 or 2 positions that we're still keen on improving on, and we'll keep improving. Next, into this season, end of this season, and next season. We want to be in a position whereby we're an established side and are pushing and knocking on the door for the playoffs.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for the update. Look forward to the weekend. Hopefully, a cup victory against Potters Bar on Tuesday night. But we'll catch up with you soon.
That would be very nice. Cheers, John.
Cheers.